just for a split second, because I need you all to see this, because there are people out there who are spitting and yelling about how you ain't supposed to keep the feast days. Well, you want to not keep his commandments and to show that you don't love him, then you go right on ahead and not keep those feast days. You go right ahead. Keep listening to man and see what happens to you when they can't show you anywhere in scripture that you are not supposed to keep the feast days because you are in the land of your captivity. No, this is why you're to keep it, so that you can bring upon the Baruch, Christians, that means blessing, upon yourself by keeping his word. Notice what he told this woman at the well. She said this was the conversation that she had with him. The woman said to him, Master, I see that you are a prophet. Our fathers worshipped on this mountain, but you people, meaning the Jews, the Yahudim, say that in Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem, is the place where one needs to worship. That's where he placed his name, right? Not Sarim? My brothers and sisters of the truth? Isn't that where he placed his name? He did, didn't he? But notice what the Messiah says. Yahusha said to her, Woman, believe me, the hour is coming, or the time is coming, when you shall neither on this mountain nor in Yerushalayim worship the Father. Bells should be going off in your head right about now. You worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know, or what we know. Because deliverance, yours would say salvation, is of the Jews, of the Yahudim. But the hour is coming, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit, in ruach, and truth. For the Father also does seek such to worship him. Elohim is spirit. The Father is spirit. And those who worship him need to worship in spirit and in truth. So what is he saying to this woman? You are not going to worship anymore on this Temple Mount, because the time is coming, the hour is coming, and now is, where you're going to worship him in spirit and in truth. When did that day happen? Let me show you. Everything's in scripture. Everything. Notice what happened on the day that he gave up his spirit. And Yahusha cried out again with a loud voice. This is in Matthew chapter 27, verse 50. And he gave up his ruach, he gave up his spirit. And see, the veil of the dwelling place, that is the temple, the akal, was torn in two from top to bottom, and the earth was shaken, and the rocks split. Guess what happened right there? The spirit left the building. It was no longer in the Most High place. From that day on, no longer do we worship at the Temple Mount. We all worship where we're at, no matter where you are at, because the Messiah already foreknew what was going to happen in the future, that we will be scattered to the four corners of the earth, and there will be Gentiles that will come in along with the Yahudim, along with the children of Yasharal, and wherever you're at in your captivity, that you will come back to the remembrance of the commandments of the Torah, and you will do them as we were instructed. And that's why we have been dispersed to begin with, because of disobedience. So now what do? Now we obey. Through obedience, we keep these feast days, we keep these high days, we keep the Day of Atonement, we do it where we're at, we keep the day of Sukkot, or the Feast of Sukkot, by dwelling in tents for 7 days. We do all of these things in our captivity. Don't be listening to these people who are telling you, oh, you can't keep it because you're not in the land anymore. We haven't been in the land for thousands of years. And the Messiah, out of his own mouth, if I had a red letter edition, you would see that it was him who said this. No longer shall you worship him. Notice the word worship. On this mountain or in Jerusalem, because that's where the Temple Mount was. But everyone must worship him in spirit and in truth, meaning wherever you are to worship him. So you want to keep following man, keep on following man, and they'll lead you wrong every time. Do not put your trust in man. They will lead you astray every single time. Put your trust in Yahuwah. Put your trust in Yahuwah, the Creator, the self-existing one. That's who Yahuwah is. That's what his name means. I am the self-existent. He's the one, not Lord, which is Baal.